Verizon messing with me. Am I live? Am I back? But I got my thoughts today, and one thing I've noticed on him. Look right here. You see it? The fin, the F, right there. And there's one right in the middle on this other side, right there. See? There's the fin symbol on Mr. Thoth, the architect of the universe, God of wisdom. If you've been wise and found Thoth, the God of wisdom. If you've been wise, you found the God of wisdom, didn't you? Yeah. So, but I got Thoth in my search area. So, why is the picture fuzzy? Is there something on the lens? It's like this light is making a glare. It must be just the angle. Yeah. So, Thoth, he's the architect of the universe. Forrest said he felt like an architect. He says he's the most spiritual person on the planet. Thoth is the most spiritual person of ancient humanity. Yeah, he's right here, and he's in the fen zone. I found the ancient Thoth, and but my Thoth has this head would be wings coming down across. He would still have the bird wings. The Thoth I had found still has wings on it. So yeah, hey Davio. Yeah, I was wondering, who's that guy on? Who's that guy on their show? Oh, that's Davio. Yeah, his hair back. You couldn't tell who it was. Um, yeah, this is a cool Thoth I just got. And you can see his toes, and he's got Egyptian stuff around there. And, I was thinking, I don't know if John Bobbitt's watching, but he, when you got to read the story of Osiris. Well, you got to. How can you know John Bobbitt's story and not know the story of Osiris? The only thing was John got his put back on. Osiris, they couldn't find his, so they made him a golden one, and he inseminated a constellation with it. Oh, computers. Uh, yeah, Bill, you're probably watching. I'll get to your message in the. Oh no, that's not. No, that's my other friend. He might be watching too. Yeah. Um, um, yeah. Um, I'm trying to. I've got a doctor thing tomorrow. I got to drink the juice tonight, so that's why I haven't had a rough night, so to say. um, and I can't find anybody to help check me out or drive me down to there or check me out. And so I kind of debate. Yeah, I got to get it done because there's something going on and they need to look. you know. So yeah, it's kind of rough. And I made some tea and for a cough I looked up, what kind of tea what do you want in your tea for a cough, and it said ginger, and so I didn't have any ginger tea, So I just bought the ginger root and, and sliced some off and threw it in the teapot, you know, and it turned out damn good. It got cinnamon ginger mint. Here, you want some thought? There you go. I don't think his beak wet in it. But he's fairly heavy. It's a good thought. Oh, he goes this way, I guess. His little thing there is in his hand there. Oh, I better move my finger. Somebody might misinterpret that. But he's got there's some good designs like on his bracelet and his hair. He's got like dreads or something. He's got gold paint on him, but it's the pair of legs and the bird head on the human body, and that's what I found up there. Is the bird with the human legs? It's really a bird with human legs, and it over the years it converted. They took the wings away, and then it's just the bird head on a man, and but stuff like that evolves, and it makes sense that the one I found has the wings, and there's a man riding on the bird. He would be Thoth, that man riding on the bird, because the bird it represents flight and his spaceship. He was old Orville Wilbur Wright from way back then, except his spaceship was a spaceship of the mind. He had a process that you don't eat for 3 days, and you go into this meditation, and your mind's and you can leave your body and travel to the stars that way, and so for us, he took it with him. He already went there and left it there. He's been to the other side and come back. Let's say, but he says he's spiritual. So a lot of people in the normal religions and stuff don't understand spiritual. It means you don't have the limits that your church puts on you. Spiritual means you look into what these guys knew, and you understand all of the different things, and can make your own conclusions from that. And what this guy wrote in his emerald tablets, which I got to trim this up still, and it's a emerald tablet I made. I got another one here. Yeah, making little emerald tablets, and well, let's just call them bananas. The Thoth I found is a banana. The Moses I found is a banana. The Model A cowl I found is a banana. The teacher, Forrest sleeping on his desk with the teacher standing over him, that's a banana. And this is a banana collecting contest. The winner will go home with this fabulous new car. That's what it says, basically, in the dust jacket. That's what he has on the sleeve of the jacket. Oh, that guy. He'll want back in 2 minutes. Go. So, I was planning on ending this at 10 o'clock when I got to start drinking the juice. I guess I put more than what the fill line is, but that way it'll be sure and it'll be all It'll all work the same. A little extra water in it ain't gonna hurt it. It won't fog up their camera so bad, I guess. But yeah, I made these little emerald tablets of Thoth. I gotta grind it down up to the border of this, and what I just need a belt sander, and get the edges up to there, and then you can buff it and the edges. But I wanted to put a Thoth on. I was going to put on the because I can engrave something on the backside too, and I was going to engrave my Thoth that I have the picture of, and I took the wing part with the ibis and the man riding the ibis and put it on top of an Egyptian Thoth. And the wings came right to the extended arm. It was like just a perfect fit on there. And the other arm was coming out the butt of the bird, kind of. But I was going to put the wing Thoth on here because these were the the emerald tablets of Thoth were found under the pyramid of the sun in wherever down some under some pyramid down there. Oh, that's my heater glowing. You can see my heater there. That's my heat. That's keeping me warm. Shoot, not going to be able to show you anything on the computer. Computer's running out of power. I got to start the generator, and I wasn't going to be on long. But if there's anybody in the Alamosa area that can help check me out of my appointment and get me back to my car or back to my place, whatever. If you got two people, that's great because somebody can drive my car back. But I'd drive my car down there, and I just need someone to check me out and buy lunch, couple if so, whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I got to get the Anubis too because I found Anubis also, and I'll have to have the whole collection, But these are better than a Barbie. And I don't know if you're new here and all, you see the F right there on it, and I think that's on F on one end. Yep, there's one right here. Second from the end, there's an F, and there's one in the middle somewhere here. Yeah, right there. Oh, where'd it go? It's the wrong side. You see it? I don't. Oh, this is one on the end, so this one's in the middle. There, it's in the middle. Let's see. Or is that it right there? And it's right next to, it looks like an Omega. Omega F. And there's a Z before that. No, yeah, who knows? But Thoth is an important figure. Forrest has a real one from an Egyptian tomb. Yeah, he has scrapbooks on his Egyptian figure. There's like 3 scrapbooks on these Egyptian guys. Thoth, Osiris. I think Isis is in the Osiris story. And did he have Anubis too? I don't know. I think he did. He mentions Anubis and Thoth, and that he's looking for somebody that's to fill his shoes. Who's the other archaeologist type? Who can see that? And if you can see that, Issa said that only those who have the light in them will be able to see these things and know these things if you have the light in you already. So, oh, that's a belt thing. That's just a thing hanging off. This is belt. So, look at there's, I don't know if you can see there's designs. There's red, and I'll have to describe it because there's red and green and stuff going up the belt, and there's like a wavy thing going around his bracelet. There's a red wavy line and a green wavy line, and yeah, he's got little things hanging in his things here, but yeah, I'm gonna have to have the collection now, you know. More bananas. Yeah, the mammoth figures I found and all that, those are bananas. Anything ancient is a banana. But I'm in the right place, and I'm pretty sure that Moses is the blaze that he wanted us to find because of where Moses is and because of Moses' significance. And because Moses was not only Moses who parted the sea, he was played by Charlton Heston. And Charlton Heston says, "From my cold dead hands." Forrest says that he has them two stories that are significant in Once Upon a While, and right in between them is the things I covet, the treasure. I gave that to my wife, but she can't. I still consider it mine, he says. I gave this to my granddaughter, but she can't have it until both me and Peggy have passed. Things like that, you know. And what he's hinting at is that his treasure, nobody's going to have his treasure until after he has passed away. It's not out there. I don't. It might be out there. It might be out there. But so far, I haven't found it at any of these symbols that are so important and key. And I'm looking all over. I've only got two pair of eyes. And I've been, you know, I'd be happy to have a female search partner to go on every search with me and be a part of it. But, you know, most of the women that follow me are married and waiting for me to have it first. But that will be the point where my mind says that they only want me for the treasure now. They didn't want me at all when I don't have it. When you don't have it, they don't want you at all. And yeah, I got to find a way to have Thoth holding his emerald tablet, you know. Hang it on his neck after I trim it down. Yeah. Or I'll put it right here at his feet, you know, or right here like that, right? Yeah, that'd be best. After I trim it down, I'll put it right there, or right in front of his legs. Just make a little stand for it. But I got enough I can make like 24 of them out of the piece of plexiglass I got. And, phew. Well, Jack went out. He ate a rabbit yesterday. Do you think he has to pass so the court case closes before the finder can redeem it? Maybe. I don't know. It might. I don't know where does his court case? I think is over. I believe. Does he still have one? Or or is somebody after him because of you go out in the wilderness and you're not prepared. You come up from Florida and go playing around in sub-zero weather. You might end up dead. Stupid move some people made. And that's not Forrest's fault at all. That's stupidity. Forrest, they got a big national park up there called Yellowstone, and they say, come and see it. You go and see it, yeah, but if you do something stupid, that's your own damn fault. If you do something stupid and get killed. There's a bear. Let's get out of the car. Oh, Daddy got mauled by a bear. Let's sue Yellow. That dumb shit should have never got out of the car. That's, or the people that get trampled by buffalo. You don't go messing with those things. The buffalo will throw you 30 feet in the air, and you'll be spinning like this when you land. In the raid 2009 closed. I don't know. They didn't. Well, he paid. He had some fine or something and paid, so they can't charge him twice on it. As far as I know, that should be. Buffaloes just want cuddles, yeah. Buffalo, yeah, beanbag toss. Now I got to keep an eye on my phone because I got to drink that juice. and then I'm going to be running back and forth so much that, I won't be able to stream. I've been on liquids all day, so been drinking tea, and that already has enough effect. But I gotta get the matching Anubis for my Thoth, but I had to have Thoth first because he's pretty damn important. But the Anubis I found pretty damn cool too. My Anubis actually has a scepter, and his scepter is like a cup, looking with a flat top, and it's arch on the bottom. It's like an upside down tombstone. And inside the scepter is a row of people walking along, and then there's a ramp like this going into a vortex, and the people walk down here and then walk up the ramp. And there's Anubis is up there, whatever, and he's in his own scepter, kind of, and people are drifting off into the vortex, going to heaven, because he's the god of the dead and treasure. So you have the god of wisdom, the god of the dead, and Thoth. He says there are 9 dimensions or 9 levels to escape this prison of earth. To get out, there's 9 levels and stuff. So is he taught like levels of the atmosphere almost and stuff? Is still open high. No one is getting any pics. Thoth the Great. The great Thoth, yeah. I was wondering because the ad on it only showed one side, They didn't have a picture of the other side, but the other side's about the same. It's just the hand. This hand is over to this side here. See. And this is his medicine bag. It's his medicine bag with his ayahuasca to go to heaven, so they can travel from across the universe and stuff. That opens up the, You leave your body and you can travel across the universe. That's why I say Thoth is the architect of the universe. Is even a book, Thoth, Architect of the Universe. Yeah, just yeah, that's maybe Forrest can send his underwear over there and she can wash those for him if she wants to really get to know him that much. Hey, David. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't, I had enough poop flinging and stuff, so I'm trying not to fling poop. um, but I don't know anything. So how can I comment on things I don't really know much about? I'm not a part of it. Oh, DeCall, that poo just squirts out his ears and out his nose, and I think some squirts out his eyes occasionally. He's full of poop. So I call him, they poop. They poop, the shithead, yeah. Yeah, he accused me of hurting women and children and stuff, and refused to retract it, refused to apologize, was proud of it. And it's all because I, called so-and-so a B for blocking me and starting all the bullshit. It's like, well, yeah, if I step in dog shit, I call that dog shit. I'm not going to call that some soft substance on the ground just to make somebody happy. Fling poo myself. Poo. Yeah, call it the Poo Flingers Anonymous. Oh man, that's the. Oh yeah. When I was on the swim team, we used to have water balloon fights and balloon launchers and stuff, and we could launch a water balloon across the whole football, 300 yards, 300, 400 yards. We could shoot a water balloon, and so we hit my brother with one. He was only about 300 feet, well, 200 and something feet. He was almost a football field away. And dude, he was running, hit him in the back and knocked him on his face. I gotta find another show to get. Oh, there's got to be other comments after that. See, yeah, I usually use somebody insults me and I just let them have it. So, yeah. And the thing was, when DeCall said all that stuff, it was on the show that Sean had, fixed everything was settled, and then he just, atomic bomb. He's the suicide bomber, everything was cool. Things were getting cool, But Yeah, and I don't know why, that other show ended and all that, and not my. I wasn't. I was, history at that point. So, whatever. I don't know what happened to all that stuff. But gosh, oh yeah, dude. I don't know. But I think I'm about done tonight. I got too much on my mind. I got to do that thing. I haven't had. Man, smoke joint. Shit. Yeah. Um. Yeah. I haven't eaten yet. I haven't eaten today. It's been all liquids. Just keep going. Yeah. If I sit here any longer, well, I don't have any entertainment for because really I need to I need to drain the snake. Yeah. Um. You do? Huh? Okay. I picked up my treasure tonight. Yeah. Um. Yeah. You gotta leave your friend in the car because they only let one person go in the vault to get it. Things like that. But you enjoy Mr. Thoth here for a minute because if I don't go right now, I'm gonna pee my pants. I'll be right back. When you drive to Florida, you learn where the Swanee River is. Comes out of the Bahamas. It comes out of Alabama and goes down through Florida. Comes out in the Gulf of Mexico. There. We gotta turn that light out. Okay. Now, you get the glow of my heater right there. Another reason it'd be nice to have a real house because that thing scares me, but I gotta have it for warm. You can't stay in the car because it's not far to walk there and back. Yeah. The other possibility, because he says he could see his car parked at the Museum of Nature and Science, Denver Museum of Nature and Science. Because these formations are in Colorado, the Denver Museum of Nature and Science will be the one with the exhibits over it. And the car that'll be parked there, Forrest will be passed away. And whoever he set up the rules, he set up the rules of the chase. Why, and they said, why doesn't he tell us? Why doesn't he tell us? Why? Because when he put this in motion, he had a legal contract that he has to abide by the rules of the game. So, and he can't, because it's a mystery. What's his secret? Where's it? What's Forrest Fenn's secret? What's the big secret? What's the big secret? You know, because the winner of the chase will go home with the treasure. They will go home with the treasure. It's like it says in the he's he's got something up his sleeve. It says right here in the sleeve. Unlock the clues that are scattered among these pages, and you can go home with a bronze chest that is so full of gold and precious jewelry that it's almost too heavy for one person to carry. End quote. So that's just like the stuff when he was a kid. When I was a kid, you know, and I was like 5, 6 years old. I had, you know, I was no more than second grade, and I was going door to door selling seeds for flowers and vegetables and fruit, whatever, produce seeds and flower seeds for some seed company. And if you sold so many, you can get a camera, or or you could be the lucky winner who goes home with a bronze chest full of gold. It's a and wouldn't that be he's dead and gone. Nothing you can do. The contract's all written and the thing's all in motion, and the person who gets it ain't gonna know it until that point in time, and by the time the rest of the people learn, it's already a done deal, and so you're gonna have to be pretty good at tracking down the guy who got the treasure. But the other thing, yeah. So yeah, you can just go home with it. If you can solve this poem and figure out what this is all about, the thrill of the chase. The thrill of the chase was finding that arrowhead that he still has. Arrowhead. Think. There's another one here that's big, like that. Yeah. But these aren't just arrowhead. That it was a knife. You can cut and skin meat and all with it. The original Bowie knife. If the sleeve was included in the original. My book's fairly. Well, I got my book in 14. The first Femboree I went to, I think I picked it up then. Start making some notes. New religion, I need an alien to help me get this thing started. You think the sand dunes up here? Thoth says that he has his spaceship under the Great Pyramid. Now, Thoth might have a spaceship under the sand dunes. That might be what the sand is hiding. There's a big spaceship under it. They've cored through it. How do you core a hole through sand? Because you drill a hole and you pull the drill bit out, and sand's just gonna fall in there. You got to vacuum it out basically until you hit something hard. Let me get my little arrow. There's one. Yeah, I gotta get a good saw because it's kind of crooked on the end of the stick, Gotta get it centered on there better. Get some, yeah, I guess you could probably buy this. I'll have to look on eBay because most anything, you can buy anything on eBay. You can buy ancient gods and goddesses and what time is it? I don't know what I'm gonna do. I had the option. It could take my. It's a pain in the ass because my RV is not ready to roll. Because I could take my RV down there and park it in the parking lot, but that's a pain in the butt. And I think there's a motel right across the street, though. I could probably get a cheap room there. And then just leave. I've never had a problem like after one of them procedures, You're okay in an hour or so, Just go have some lunch and stuff before you drive home. Being put out like that, nothing for somebody that does out of body travel and stuff. I've done some floating around. The weird feelings when you put your hand through like a doorknob and stuff. And you can hear clearly through walls and and you reach for a doorknob, your hand goes through it, and my brain goes, "Oh shit, I'm dead!" And boom, I was back. But yeah, it kind of scares you when you leave your body. You don't know if you're going to come back or not. It was just, and that's why he lays in bed for an hour after he wakes up and does his meditating and whatever, and maybe his because when you do that, you have to. It's kind of like when you first wake up, you're still in, and you hold on to that state. I've driven home for some major training. In my opinion, he drove home after. Yeah, that's. Yeah, it's a special. Well, this special place can be a vault too. He said they take the stuff and put it in the basement of the museum. Jack's wanting in. Come on, come down. No? Okay. Oh. You open the door and he sits there. He'll beg again in a minute. I have 3. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. I've been loading myself on vitamins and stuff. It reminds me I'm gonna take a thyroid pill at least. Because I can't take a bunch of these others because I got vitamins and I got A, B, C, D, E, and K. But my thyroid pills, I just put them in my mouth and they dissolve. They're sweet, so they don't have a bad taste. And just letting them melt in my mouth, it'll just go right to my bloodstream, huh? Cool. Okay. Yeah, David said he had a little problem with withdrawal from Alcoholics Anonymous, and he made some mistakes. And yeah, people have gotten drunk and done stupid things. Okay, he's demanding to come in again. Come on. he came in that time. Yeah, I drink this. Drink this mint tea and the cinnamon stick, and then I put some some ginger root. I just get a knife and shave off, a little nug off the ginger like that. Ayahuasca. It might work. Yeah. Well, ayahuasca will take you straight to the treasure. Ball of string. Yeah. Clues. Like, what was it? I watched that. He said it. Clues. Ball of stringers, clues. Looking for clues. And there are clues right in front of the book. What's the first thing in the book he does? He deals you your cards. And isn't that saying about, deal you 4 cards and a joker? And happiness is a pot. Fate deals you 4 cards and a joker, and you play whether you like it or not. Look how similar that is to the Shakespeare one about playing your part. Seven, whatever thing, and the 7 things have to do with biblical stuff. The 7 cycles or 7 whatever. These guys, he talks about 7 too, but when he talks about the 7, he starts with like number 3 because he's like number 1 or 2, and this god of a mente is number 1 or something, and and there are some people, any religion, you could use it badly, you can use it for bad or for good, because a lot of people, this pagan, they're devil worship. No, they're not devil worshipers, That's just what your religion teaches you. That's what you know from a lack of education about the ancient stuff. And this is my brother. He said, "Oh, that looks like ancient Hebrew, Paleo Hebrew, found in central at the Pyramid of the Sun down here in Central America." And when he says the Great Pyramid, he was supposed to have left Atlantis was destroyed, and then he went and built the pyramids in Egypt. He's the architect. The architect is Thoth. Fenn feels that he's a reincarnated Thoth. He's the most spiritual person on the planet. until he goes to the other side, and then I'll be there. He says success is an omnipotent guru. Moses, if you found Moses, you're successful. And Leo Salazar is dead. He showed for us where Moses is. Moses is halfway up the cliff where his plane crashed in, like it resembles where his plane crashed into the mountain and vaporized. I've looked all over down below him. My next step is to try and get up because it's like terraces, and if I might be able to get on some of the higher terrace, I don't know. It'd be nice to have somebody along with me, maybe motivate me a little more, because a lot of times I just, screw it, it'll still be there. Fate deals you 5 cards in the cradle. Yeah, that's the original. He changed it so he could put his name on Yeah, you translate my name biblical, it means bitter wash. Well, I got some biblical names. My name comes from one of my ancestors named William the Conqueror. And my middle name comes from the Bible. And my last name is supposed to mean the blue man. The Gore man was the blue man, the naked blue warrior, naked blue Irish warrior, Scotch Irish warrior, like in Braveheart. Remember, they were all painted blue. Yeah, that's the Gore man was the naked blue warrior. Some naked blue man with a shield and artillery, running after you. You're gonna run. Yeah, yeah. There's a there's a Gorman Rupp pump company. If I was gonna buy a water pump, I'd buy a Gorman Rupp. Just because it has my name on it. But I got ancestors that invented the milking machine, the Hinman milkers. Those are my cousins. The guy that did that is a first cousin. The guy that invented the combine is a first cousin. Or yeah, he's an uncle, whatever. Or no, he's a first cousin. His father would be an uncle, but he's a first cousin. Daniel Massey. I'm related to Daniel Massey, who started Massey Tractor Company up in Canada, and they merged with Massey Ferguson now. But that's the Massey name comes from my ancestors in Grafton, Canada, where a bunch of my ancestors are buried up there. But the Rogers and all that moved up there from Vermont after the Revolution because they were fighting for the other side. So they had to go move to Canada. No, the Hinman milkers. Hinman, Hinman, Hin. Hinman, that's my great grandmother's maiden name. And I have a story about them. Yeah, no. But I have a story about them I found in a library up in Canada. It was just, and I retyped it up, and so I had a copy of it, a nice readable copy. But like my one ancestor, his wife needed a flax comb. It's a comb for the flax, and they string it out, I guess, and use a flax comb. And it was like 45 miles away. So he went to get her the flax comb and was back like 3 days later, in 1820, they didn't have a highway really. He had to go through the woods, and I think I'm not sure if he was on a horse or not, but some of the woods I guess you couldn't get through on a horse. And then one of the relatives was on the other side of Lake Ontario, like Rochester, New York, and walked all the way around from there to Grafton, Ontario. Walked all the way. He walked like 300-400 miles, to go visit relatives. I say there's probably a boat took him across the Niagara River. And the Niagara Falls, it used to produce like it's only running like 20% of its natural water flow. Could you imagine it with 5 times as much water? How that would be roar. They said you could hear it from 25 miles away. You could hear the waterfall. That's how much noise it made from all the water going over. And the shoreline below was littered with the dead bodies of animals and things. Anything that went over the waterfall would float up dead on the shore of the river below the falls. Yeah, you come up. What? Yeah, you hear this roar, and you see this mist coming up out of the earth, and you know what way to go. You know, wow. This kind of things feel like they're gonna suck you right into them. You know, that's one thing freaky when you stand right over the lip of the falls and look down. You know, oh, I don't want to be here when this rock crumbles. The last time I went up there, when I first went up there was a guy the same age as me, an American, went over the Canadian side. This is 2003, and he went over to the Canadian on the Canadian. He got in the water with you know, just got in the water and floated down. He was on his back, and if people got pictures of him, going over the waterfall, just floating on his back, went phew, and the sucker lived. And the Canadians dragged him out of the water and threw him in jail. I mean, can you imagine that, going through that and living? When that kind of stuff happens, like Forrest Fenn getting shot down, you're like a god. You know, you're like indestructible. You know what time it is. Oh. You know, I can't call and cancel my appointment. They get mad if you don't show up. Gonna name my new plant. Sorry, Bill. Yeah. I gotta get a glass. Oh. This is not my idea of a good night. Oh. Pour me a drink. Oh. Oh. Why can't they put a little, just a little lemon, maybe even? Oh, gee, time. Yeah. Uh, oh, yeah. I don't like it. I don't know if some of you haven't been here long enough to see my little emerald tablet I made. Yeah. Just won't focus. I can get the other side to focus. There it goes. Oh, did it? There. No. Too close. Okay. So yeah, I posted a picture of it on my YouTube channel. But it's the laser. It sucks. Anybody in the vicinity of Alamosa, I need someone to check me out of the hospital, go to lunch, and before I drive home, But I gotta have someone check me out of the hospital, or I gotta get a room up there or something. Rum. It ain't rum. No, no, this concoction here is going to have me sitting in the other room most of the rest of the night. One-way street. Yeah, it's a one-way street once you start drinking this stuff, man. Everything goes straight through. Yeah, no fun. Not fun, not fun. So this video is going to probably end abruptly. You have 5 minutes? 5 minutes before? Really? I think it has to get to my stomach at least. Oh man, I think I feel it going past my stomach. That's a roto-rooter. Oh no. It ain't rum. This is called colite. There's no rum in it. Yeah. Well, this is my first cup of it. Yeah. I gotta drink half of this now and half of it at 1:30, 2 o'clock. And so at 4 o'clock, I'll be still sitting in the other room. Last time there were 3 bad ones, and my mother died of bowel cancer. So, and my gut's been acting weird. So, I want to get it checked, make sure I'm not gonna die from that shit. Brother from another mother. Yeah, it gotta be because my brother uses his name. He's doing fart. No, no. The women got to go get one of these too, and they pump you up with air when you go down there. I gotta remember, I gotta drink. 304. Yeah, this is. Oh. And then, in just a little, in a little while, I'm gonna be going to de call. I mean de poop. Yeah. I'm gonna jack my Thoth up a little bit here, put him up a little higher. I just got him today. Yeah, I got to get the matching Anubis and Isis, and yeah, this is a 10-inch tall Thoth. Don't ask me how I measured him. No. They tell you that on eBay. Not about the measuring. But you see, he's got these little beaded. They're like red and green things going around his arm cuffs, and yeah, getting knocked out during the procedure is the best part. Yeah, that pic of the test. Yeah, yeah. I sent him a picture of the waterfall. Um, uh, what was I gonna say? Yeah, I don't know. Um, I'm undernourished today, and I know when I go out in the morning I'm not gonna have a flat tire. I know that. They got brand new 50,000-mile Firestones today. And so I wasn't planning on getting the tires this month. I was going to get two next month and two the next month, but after I got my oil change, I had two flats overnight. Just said, "Screw it, get them now." The dealership here, their price was $50 less than going to discount tires. It was $360 for four tires, 15-inch tires. That are my car. The tire pressure rating is 38 pounds. Is it 38 or is it 48? No, it's 38. Yeah, it's way up there. Because you get better mileage with the more pressure in the tires. This thing ain't scrolling for me. Ooh, ooh, ah. So so far, what's your favorite state to drive across at? Oh, Colorado. You see, most people go across Colorado on I-70. You know, some of these other highways, 50 is beautiful, goes past this beautiful lake and goes past the Black Canyon, and you don't want to miss the Black Canyon. You don't. There, there's beautiful places everywhere. You go to the top of Mount Evans, and you look and you see mountains for 150 miles, just mountain peaks. There's 56 of the 72 peaks in the U.S. 56 of the 14,000 foot mountains. There's 72 14,000 foot mountains in the continental U.S. And 56 of them are in Colorado. This one right on my backyard's a 14,000. Mount Blanca, it's up there, and there's other across the valley. There's a whole string on the San Diego Cristos. I can see Ute Mountain from here, or it's not Ute Mountain, Mount Ouray. Okay, let's see. I sit in front of logs. Logs Peak. Stunning. Yeah. Are you close to Kansas City? No, no. Kansas City's, it's about 70 miles to Salida, and from there it's like 70 miles to Kansas City. Or I can go 100 and something miles to Pueblo and then over there. Thought I just felt an earthquake, but maybe that's my innards. I got I look at things that are hanging from the ceiling to see if they swing, and it did just a tiny bit. A wind chime over there, wasn't enough to rattle it. Wind chimes are good earthquake monitors. Good genes give you better mountain breathing. Yeah, I have what they call, they put in my medical barrel chest, you know. That was in my dad's autopsy. He had a barrel chest. And a barrel chest is something that is developed from living high in the mountains. So it could be the Atlanteans are being summoned back to this area. There's a whole big awakening of Atlantis and the stuff of Thoth. It's and if you read or listen to his Emerald Tablets, there's some. It depends on who's reading them, you know, because some people just don't have the voice for it. You want the one with the little music in the background and his, you know, with the feeling in the reading, you know. It's like I'm not a good. My voice ain't right for stuff like that. Um, I don't know how my singing in the bathroom was. I rolled my truck into the mountain and I lost the driver's license. Wow. Some violent 3 hours. North of Boise. Wow. Yeah, that's yeah. I remember driving a moving truck from Colorado to Washington State in February and going across Idaho, out of Utah 15 into Idaho, and it was just icy road, and it's dark, and you know a deer can run out in front of you while you're going down that icy road, and then you're done. Yeah, I wouldn't do those things. I wouldn't die, you know. And his place was raided by them and everything, but who's to say that he hadn't already hidden the treasure? He may already had it somewhere, or maybe maybe they put him up to it. I'll do this great advertisement for the national parks with it and give it away to somebody. Yeah. But the government got to back me on it, right? I think he hit it just 15 years after cancer, like he said. Police reports never 100% factual. Positions 9/10. Yeah, maybe she hadn't gotten any pictures of it because they don't have any pictures of it. It could be, you know, because it's right in that time. He might have hidden it, you know. Maybe one of his friends might have told his treasure's gone. And so they went to look for it. Why else they go in there? They went looking for the gold. He tells people, yeah, Forrest don't want to tell me something. I don't push him for it. You know, I never really ask. I joke around, you know, about who's that? It's George Washington. Oh, okay. You know, that Fenn's Totem, that video I've had on forever. And the day that I took the picture of Moses at winter solstice on the 20th at sunset. That's when Moses shows up, because these people used number of times this guy mentions light in the Emerald Tablets. Light, light, light and darkness. You know, don't go with the dark side. Stay with the light. You know, the force is with you, basically, you know. It's like right out of Yoda's handbook. I think he hid the chest and then went back. Yeah, I have theories that he hid the chest and then went back a year later on the same day. He might have gone back later just to see how it was. I don't know. The area I'm looking, it's it's not really hard for somebody that's 30 years younger than me, you know. But I have like lupus, like something. I don't know. We got my thyroid, Hashimoto's, and my ANA test has been positive. You know, I take allergy medicine every day, or because I'm like allergic to the world, and so I'm doing pretty good. I could keep drinking. Oh, woohoo, woohoo! Oh, see that arm shaking. They told me I could take my propranolol, but it ain't gonna do any good to take any pills, any of my vitamins. They're going right through with this stuff. I'm from Ohio and a paratrooper in the Army. I can tell you 7,000 feet still kicks my ass. Yeah, and I'm a couple thousand over that. Yeah, my son's was a paratrooper. He was 82nd Airborne and went on 7th Special Forces. So, um, 45 minutes to finish all that. Yeah. Yeah. No. I got to drink half of it. And I'm not far from it. Well, this one's cup is full still. Yep. Yeah, but I don't feel it getting down past my navel yet. I think HCl and sweetless lime. Yeah, it's kind of like chalk. It was military. But Forrest Fenn was a beast up until the last 10 years or so. Yeah, you know he's lost weight since I first seen him in 2014. I think it was 14, 15. I went to 3 Femborees, and not the last one. So what would that be? It'd be 17, 16, 15. I went to those three. And in I think it was 2014 was when the gas bar signing was, wasn't it? I went to that. That's when I first met him. Got my picture with him. And I didn't know who's who, you know. But I still like this rock here. That rock there. There's stuff on there. There's stuff on there. It's yeah. It's too tablet shaped, you know. There's a guy on his knees, and yeah, that rock is interesting. But some of you, if you ain't been here long, look, see the F. This is Thoth, the Egyptian god Thoth, and there's another F, and you know where do you think the Omegas? The Omegas come from way back. The Greeks had Omegas, the Egyptians had Omegas. You know, it's just passed on. So what's that? He's inside. Jack the Rabbit Killer. Jack the Rabbit Killer. Not Jack Rabbit, Jack the Rabbit Killer. Yeah. I kind of is like, what's that? Oh, it's a rabbit foot. And he, yeah, oh, bloody rabbit foot. Bones sticking out. He just chomped it down. Can't stop him. I guess he's been able to catch some of them because that's the second time I've caught him with a rabbit foot. Boy, that was nice driving one of them new tires. In the winter when you're digging your car out of a big snowbank and whatever, uh, you want to get a lot of that snow out of your rim. That had like ice the other day. It had ice inside the rim, in the wheel, and it really threw the balance off. But I got rid of those tires, and they cleaned my wheels up nice. I had slime in one wheel because of the wet season. I didn't finish my tea, and I started drinking this. Well, it won't make any difference. It's all coming out the same way because someone made it through the first omega. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, I think he's not allowed to. He made the rules. He probably wishes he could change some of the rules, but once the book was released and it was announced that the book was out and that his treasure was that he can't go back and change what the rules he's already written or that are legally written in it. It has to play out to the end. And the end of his rainbow is the end of his life. That's where the end of his and see, you see there's multiple where warm waters halt. It represents from birth to death, beginning of the rainbow to the end of the rainbow. Where warm waters, cold water, where warm waters halt is where cold water begins. Um, oh yeah. Where's my propane tank? Oh. It's just below half. That's enough for tonight. But I probably have to throw it in the trunk of my car and take it with me. to The mastodons are circling. Yeah. Um, the circles. The people will be going in circles. There's a. You wonder where that ball of string went? It's that ball of string highway. Yeah, that ball of string is stretched out into a highway. Omega N, last book. Yeah, yeah. The last. Uh, yeah, because there wasn't one in the first one of the that one of Once Upon a While, and I found and that's where I'm looking, and where the fisherman there's another fisherman I found. I found one that his belt buckle is a green plant and it's like perfect, and it's the figure of the kid with the fishing pole with a hat on, and there's a green plant where the belt buckle goes. you know, so. Um, Yeah, I'm gonna make. See, this is this bit. Where's the? Here it is. I got. See, so I can make a whole bunch more. um, and I ordered some little a little eyelet, gold plated brass, little ring to put a hole through it so you can hang it on a pendant or whatever, or put it on. Maybe I'll make some with a hole in the corner so it can hang on a charm, or you know. Uh, uh, I've only seen pictures of the one. I've seen pictures of some of the other tablets, but I ain't. This one I had was the coolest looking and had the most detail to it. But it's really hard to cut out all that lettering and stuff, because you gotta cut the fuzz out so that it prints nice and clean. How long did it take to finish that? That size took an hour and 15 minutes to do that one at that. I did one The other one was a shallower depth. This one. This one wasn't as deep, and it took 45 minutes. But I think the text on it is clear, you know. And Thoth said that just looking at when he returns, if he just looks at this tablet, it'll reactivate his memory from before, you know. So just seeing the tablets and restoring the ancient knowledge is what it's doing, you know. And it's supposed to unlock the gap, and because he says that time, there's no such thing as time, that all time exists together, you know. It's like Stephen Hawking, you know. Stephen Hawking was just copying this guy, you know. Everything's already been discovered and done. All the stories were already written. Forrest Fenn's story was already there in the hills. And he's, you know, he goes there and finds his memoirs on the canyon walls. And put in his, put in, well, Little Beaver said something. He, put in means like you're having a company meeting, and John put in his 10 cents. Put in your thoughts. Put in your something, you know, or his comment. Put in a statement, or it's like put in instead of find a good-looking rock, or quote, find a good-looking rock, end quote, said Forrest Fenn, you know. Instead it'd be, quote, find a good-looking rock, end quote, put in Forrest Fenn, you know. It's like said. It's said or something, you know. That's in the Red Rider book. This Red Rider book. That's how, and he uses put in all over in this book, in that way, as something somebody said. A hole could exist 1 second ahead and continue. Hey, I can still cough safely. Okay, I got to pay attention to this. How long I've been on? Oh. Yeah, I'm almost my half-gallon mark. Oh wait, was that my third glass? Because what's this, 16? How many of these is a half-gallon? 4 of them? It's like 2 cups. It's a quart. There's four. It's a quart. So 4 quarts is a half gallon, right? 8 quarts is a gallon. Almost to the halfway line. You know, why is it so important he has to hide something so attractive to find what's really there, the end of time? Well, I found the beginning of time. Where did you find such a great Egyptian Thoth figure? Oh, on eBay. And This one, I mean, there are people selling this guy for $60, but I got this one for the amazing low price of $25, 24.99, and it was shipped from Texas. I took the made in China off the bottom, but I got to get the matching Anubis and Isis, and I got to have the whole collection because I'm addicted now because of Forrest Fenn. He wanted to change people's lives like his father did, all those lives that his father influenced. And he's done that. Look at all the treasure hunters, all the people that, and some of us are deeply changed it. When I heard of the treasure, I had this RV about 3 months in 2013. I first heard about the treasure, and I was in southern Florida, and it's like I had just spent a week in Albuquerque at the Napa Truck Center with my RV on jack stands with no wheels on it. How close are Seattle? I used to live in Seattle. I lived in Seattle and Bremerton. And my sister married a guy that owned a bar, and they had all kinds of bands there. They had one band that came and played there, and the band came out on stage, and all they had was each one had a piece of duct tape covering their. At the end of the concert, they took their duct tape off, but that was a different generation. This is a different way, I think. This is yeah. Look at it as look at it as a contest. He knew he knew this stuff. He knew Thoth was there and Anubis. And he knew all that stuff was there. And he didn't want to claim it for himself or whatever, because it's hard to get, like I went to the Forest Service archaeologist. Oh, you're telling your imagination. Yeah, you don't know jack. You're going to be embarrassed when you find out that this is real, and your boss makes you eat it. Bremerton, nice. I took a nice tiger tour from the constipation. Yeah, my brother was on the Ranger. I went on a cruise on the Ranger, and I went on a cruise on the Vicksburg, and yeah. My dad took the Tiger cruise from I think Seattle to San Francisco, or Vancouver to San Francisco, or San Diego. I don't know. Yeah. It took as an enlightenment. Yeah, here's the Enlightenment right here. Forrest says success is an omnipotent guru. Leo Salazar showed Forrest where Moses was, and Leo Salazar died in 1991. So Leo Salazar had to have shown Forrest sometime between 1972 and 1989. So Forrest had plenty of time between 72 and 89 to come up across the border and visit this area and search for things. And it's not a known, because the government don't recognize it. It's just a forest. There's nothing there but trees. Yeah, no, there's a lot more. I asked hunters, you see anything odd out there? Oh, just a 30-foot penis. That's Osiris's dick. There's a yeah. Read about the Emerald Tablets, the halls of Amente, deep in the underworld. Deep in the underworld, in the halls of Amente, sits the great god. So he's down in there. There's one. I found one of the up on top of the mountain, the god in the throne. But there's all kinds of them. There's hundreds and thousands. There's thousands of figures, thousands of mammoth figures. Gonna do that again. Expensive ticket. Boys in Rocky Break. No. Is it? God. How many minutes? See, I'm still in the 45 minutes after 10. So I'm doing good. 50 minutes, it'll still work. I know it'll still work. Oh, man. And my hands shake more because I ain't eating all day. I don't have my... And see, the last time I had one of these, I got there, and before they got the IV in, I had an electrolyte imbalance, and everything went white. Like, it was like I was in a sauna with thick fog, and there was like a ringing, and it just felt lightheaded, and 5 minutes later, she took my blood pressure. It was 50 over 45. And then they didn't put anything in the record. Nothing about it. Nothing about it at all. No, just bury that. Bury that. We don't want anybody to know that happened. Oh, my God. It's not going to be long. This stream's going to end shortly. That's the halfway mark. So I got to finish this one. Oh, no. Okay. So, I'm now looking in the pink granite from the canyon of the mastodons. It looks like the river bottom rock. Yeah, these people, they made trails on the mountaintop. It's like Nazca. And the trees won't grow where these designs are, you know? I asked lumber guys, did somebody cut shapes out of up there on purpose or anything? No, nobody did that. No, that's because if you went up there and examined, I'm sure there's rock, and the trees just won't grow where they made these Nazca-like formations on top of the mountain. The deer and the Grim Reaper, and there's a girl in a dress and an Indian. And it's on Google Earth. It's easy to see. So it's like the Nazca. So like Nazca points, there's going to be something in Nazca that points here. Got to be. I have to go look at that. Boy, I'm feeling, ooh. Oh, it's all up there, yeah. Oh, man. It's not time to run yet. But it's getting there. Yeah. There's one kiva next to the Chimney Rock formation. Yeah. Oh, yeah. In Chimney Rock, where the kiva is there, the rock facing the kiva is a big face, and there's two elephant heads coming down the side of that first rock, and there's more stuff on it. I got to go over there and get some closer pictures. I'm just going from other people's pictures. I haven't gone up there. They got a lot more snow on over there. There's a lot of Chimney Rock's a pyramid with a World Trade Center tower on top of it at the peak. When you're coming from Pagosa and heading to Gunnison, you see a pyramid with a straight up towers on the peak of it. It's a giant sundial, and I'm sure that ridge, that peak, those rocks are in line with the winter solstice. It's an observatory, just like some of the observatories I found over on this side. There's several rocks, and there are pyramids, I believe, in this valley. There's several hills that are pseudo pyramids, early pyramids. These people that are all over the canyon walls, and I can discover new stuff easily, very easily. It's like my light is on. I've been enlightened. My light's been turned on, so I can go find this stuff all over the place. And I'm going to sign off now. Y'all have a good night. I'm not. Bye-bye.